we get to see the Icarus again, and we are in a tier 6, 5, 6, 7. Tier 5, 6, 7 random battle. We do have one submarine, 3 destroyers, 2 cruisers, and 6 battleships on each side. We are on the map known as the Twin Brothers, or the Two Brothers.
Let's get to it.
The Two Brothers have the big island with the gap down the middle. Sometimes ships will rush down that middle and get themselves killed on the other side. I am not planning on being one of them, and I hope none of my teammates are. I am going to head over toward Alpha side to help our Maestrale, French destroyer, and the submarine that's over there. Work on that Alpha cap. We have a Hatsura Haru and an Endrocht, and looks like 4 battleships that are going to be going over to Delta. So it's going to be the Exeter, which is a British cruiser, the 2 battleships that spawned over here, the Maestrale, the Cachalot, which is the submarine, American submarine, and my Icarus that are going to be working Alpha cap. With my RPF,
Enemy force sighted on the horizon.
I'll be able to see if anybody tries coming down that gap in between Charlie and Bravo. If they do, then I'll swing back and try to cover the backside here, but right now everything looks like it's right in front of me. The Maestrale is tier 5 French destroyer, so he probably, as far as I know, does not get any smoke. He gets guns and torps and speed,
Direct front.
and looks like
Torpedoes to port.
he is gunfighting with that Acosta up there. The Acosta is a tier 5 DD. It's the British tier 5 that comes right before Icarus. And the Maestrale should be able to handle that one, but he's also dealing with the Emerald that is right up there. And he's already taken quite a little bit of damage. Now he's taking a bit more. It looks to me like, not sure what happened to him, but it might have been torp hit him or something. So I am just throwing my torps out in every direction over there. Neat thing about the British destroyers and cruisers is that we can single fire our torps. So I'm not sending them out in one big mess, but instead I get to spread them out. I can put them in one little pinpoint, or I can spread them out in different directions and try to do the most with them that I could possibly do. Alright, so we are a bit outnumbered on this side. I can see that there are 3 battleships, a cruiser, that Acosta, all over here. So right now it's looking like it's about a 5, well, it's 5 on 5. We're not necessarily outnumbered, but the Exeter kind of shaded toward our side, although keeping himself safe. We were even until our Maestrale kind of overdid it. He was short on health. He should have stopped shooting and get himself out of trouble, but nope. Alright, well, We have this cap for now. I will have torps in another 10 seconds. I'm going to swing in close enough to the emerald that when I do throw my torps out there that I have a chance of hitting her. Okay, I can see the Acosta. I'm going to be spotted just for a bit. Throw a couple torps his way, but he won't sit there for very long. My detection is 6K, so I'm a little closer than I want to be right here. But I think Emerald is headed right into my torps.
Smoke screen
Oh,
set.
and there's a submarine over here too. Enemy U-69. Gotcha.
Enemy cruiser destroyed.
I thought that might happen. I threw those where I thought you were going and in the direction of the Acosta. Now that submarine, and I have almost the same detection. It's going to be very tricky trying to deal with it though. Let's work on this Acosta now. Trying to dodge his friend's shells too, but it's a little bit tricky.
Torpedoes direct front.
Whoop. Okay. Those were his torps, I think, if not the sub.
Fire.
I think we're gonna get the Acosta. There, okay. New York got it. Ooh, and I took a little bit of damage.
Smoke generator activated. Our team has taken the lead.
Okay, Yukon was right there. Awfully close to all these ships.
Smoke screen set.
That's the game of DD plays sometimes. Oops, that sub's got me detected. Okay, Yukon missed. Right now I'm just disengaging. I'll throw a few torps behind me and see if I can't take the Yukon, but he's just a little bit outside of my range. But if he does swing in, then he'll be mine. Okay. My torps go out to 7K. There we go. He's not detecting me though. What is? Oh, Ishmael. Dang. Wouldn't mind keeping a set of those torps for the Ishmael, but I threw them all at the Yukon. Got a little greedy. Alright. Smoking up again.
Activated.
It's the neat thing about British smoke. You get them often. They're not very long lasting.
Smoke screen set.
I think my torps missed that Yukon. Too bad. Our New York is trying to work on Ishmael and Yukon and lost the Ishmael. Ishmael is a Japanese battleship. Grows up to be the Yamato. Alright. Switching back to the single fires.
Torpedoes to port. Torpedoes astern.
Spreading them around where I think Ishmael is going to be. Oops, there's that submarine again. Okay, nobody's looking at me. Dang it, we just lost the Exeter. Oh, good, but the enemy team lost the Andrea Doria and the Oklahoma. Boom, boom. Okay. There we go. I think those torps will take down that Ishmael, and it did. Sweet.
We sank their battleship.
Yes, we did. Nice job, Icarus. Okay, well, Yukon and the submarine are the only ones left. I doubt the Yukon's coming in this direction, but we'll throw the torps out there just in case. But I'm going to come around this island. I can see that that submarine is pinging away on our Fuso. I'm going to come around this island and surprise him, I hope. Hope he doesn't surprise me. Submarines have a nasty little habit of shotgunning DDs at close range like this, but I think I've got him from the side. He's trying to turn, but I don't think he's going to be able to. He's focused on the Ishmael right now. Okay. I throw off the depth charges off the aft end. So here they go. Right over the top of him. Looks good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he's down. Cool.
Enemy submarine destroyed.
Yes, it was. Okay, now we can swing around and get back into Alpha Cap, but I doubt that I'm going to be able to take Alpha Cap before our team takes down that Yukon. He's headed right for our Sinop, and Sinop is a heavy-duty Russian battleship that I just don't think the lightweight Yukon's going to be able to deal with it. So we will have this game won in probably the next 30 to 45 seconds. I'm just going to get a front row seat up here and kick back, take the cap just in case the Yukon gets really lucky. See what they're going to do. Okay, they're swinging in toward each other. Are they going to go for the ram or are they going to go for the drive-by? I'm looking at nose to nose. That's it. And here are the after battle stats. Well, we got 17 target hits. All 17 of them were penetrations. Most of them were probably on that DD. I hit 3 torpedoes, caused 2 flooding, destroyed 3 ships, got 6 depth charge hits. That took care of the submarine. Total of 43.7 thousand damage. Hey, that's pretty good, especially in a tier 6 destroyer. Ended up top of the leaderboard, and looks like it was somebody from KMS that took the second spot there, and that's one of those King of the Seas type clans, I believe. And our friend Eraser from Wrecked came in 5th place, so he did pretty well. I'm going to give some of these guys comps. Definitely Eraser. I see him quite a bit and like playing with him rather than against him. Okay, in the battle stats, took out Ishmael, that U-69, and the Emerald. Almost got the Acasta. Very close on that one. Looks like I shot 35 shells and hit with 17 of them, so about half, which at any kind of range, that's not too bad, I guess. then let's see, my potential damage, I took 280,000 in potential damage, so I was dodging a few shots there. Almost got me, but they didn't quite do it. And then 36,000 in damage on my spotting, so that helped quite a bit there too. All right, let's see what my captain build looks like. I am using Colin Clydebank as my captain. He's up to 14 points now. I am running preventative maintenance to keep my guns, torpedo tube, steering, and engine in the game as best as I can. And last stand, so that if anything does get knocked out, I at least still have a little bit of engine and a little bit of steerage. I use Survivability Expert as my third choice, as it does give me the extra HP that even though I took some damage, I had enough to finish the fight. And if I didn't have Survivability Expert, I probably would have been knocked out quite a bit earlier. I have Concealment Expert. That gets my range down considerably, so my concealment right now is at 6.0, where I believe normally it would have been 6.6. And then you saw the little blue bar that's moving around the picture toward the closest target. That is the radio location. It definitely helps me locate like where that sub was, so that I could chase it down and keep it from sinking my battleship. Okay, and then we'll take a look at the module build out here. So I do run magazine modification 1 to help keep my magazine from detonating. I probably would switch that now for main armament mod 1. I run det flags all the time, so that keeps me from detonating anyway. So this would keep my guns in the fight, and probably worth my while just to go ahead and replace it now while I'm thinking about it. Okay, I do have engine room protection to keep my engines and steering gears from getting knocked out. It helps a little bit. And then my aiming systems mod 1 helps keep my shells on target. And then I'm a little dodgier with the steering gears mod 1. My only options on that really would have been the damage control. Depth charges might have been okay, but it just adds more depth charges. But since I was planting those right over the top of that sub, I had enough. I do have the B hull on Icarus, and I am running the torps that take me to 7K, which is a little better than the 6K. So I could stealth torp just outside my detection range, and that helped with the Emerald. So if I had to get it within 6K, I think she would have detected me and probably would have sank me before I could get torps away. Reload time is the same on both of them. Well, yeah, it's a little longer. It's another 25 seconds longer on these torps, but I'm just glad to have that extra range. And then I am running main mod, the gunfire control system mod 2, so that I have a firing range that gets me out to 11.6 instead of the normal 10.6. So I could have fired at range if I needed to. And other than that, Icarus does come stocked with short range hydro. It's more of a personal hydro. It doesn't help out the other ships around me, but it helps keep me from getting tagged by any torps while I'm sitting in smoke. And then my smoke is short duration, so I just get a few seconds of it. It's really just enough to disengage from the fight, get out of detection, and then gives me the opportunity to re-engage when I am ready. And I get 6 charges of that, so that helps considerably. And then standard repair party, damage control party. All right, so that is it for the Icarus, and that was a nice battle. I don't always have those in my British DDs, but Icarus seems to do pretty well for me. That's it then.